Buenas, ¿cómo estamos, gente? ¿Cómo vamos? ¿Cómo le andamos? Volvemos aquí con Metal Gear Solid 5 de Phantom Pain. Esta mañana estuvimos dando al Grand Theft Auto 5. Estamos jugando todos los 5 hoy. Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear 5. Estuvimos dando un poquitico ahí. Ya dejamos listo para la primera misión, que es el robo de la joyería. Y aquí vamos a hacer unas misiones que me hacen falta y luego vamos a entrar a lo que es ir a África. Porque creo que me falta una misión, porque me hice unas misiones adelante de las que debía haberme hecho. Ah, las he hecho desordenadas, un desastre. Bueno, eh, vamos a darle a esto entonces. Fox Engine, el Fox Fucking Engine, el cual ahora solo usan para hacer pez. Presiona el botón de las opciones. Dale a continuar.
Clouds approaching.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago.
9 años
The
atrás.
unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force. But he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
Skullface.
Mission accepted.
Bueno, vamos allá.
Heading to Afghanistan.
Heading to Afghanistan. Bueno. Brazo biónico. Ya tenemos a Dildo. Lo conseguimos el stream pasado. Ya prácticamente a finales del stream pasado. Deploying. ¿Cuál era la misión? ¿Qué era lo que tocaba hacer? No leí. Bueno, ahorita nos dicen antes de empezar. El ángel con alas rotas.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khatib Palace. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Trae al prisionero mujahideen.
Not this view updated.
Be careful down there, boss!
Vamos hacia allá. T-Dog encontró planta medicinal. ¿Dónde? Encontró 2. Están atrás.
Marker placed.
Y es que me sirven. Si no me sirvieran no volvería, pero es que esas son para... Para la pistola que duerme la gente.
You have arrived at your destination.
Mira, ahí está. Son varios. Bien hecho, D-Doc. Vamos para allá. Ahora.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Vamos la suave.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Vamos a coger a esos.
Where are your
The
friends?
map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Extraction arrived at
Target should be
Metabase.
somewhere at that outpost.
Ah, pero qué. No, pues gracias, tío.
You have arrived at your destination.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. There.
¡Nos vemos en el infierno!
We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call the chopper from your iDroid, boss. And carry the target to it.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please select a landing zone. Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Mother base is now in the red.
تلت الزماد شغورين اللي pararágli. Te cha.
Sí. Estamos aquí para rescatarlo, pero ahí viene el helicóptero.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Te cha kumar.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Te cha
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss. Gaining altitude.
Listo. Misión completa.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
Rango ese con lo culo que la hice. Les tiré granadas de humo y lo noqueé y suerte, nos vemos. ¿Qué pasó con este man?
That target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's Strike Force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the Honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I've decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something. This is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
Listo, creo que eso fue todo con ese man.
Mission list
Like your horse, you can
updated.
give commands to D-Dog as well. He'll normally follow you around. You can also make him wait somewhere or lure an enemy by barking at him. Or you can sick him on the enemy to slow him down. Develop new gear just for him, and I'm sure he'll be capable of even more damage.
Just seeing him come back makes me real proud. What breed is he? He's not a husky. You're right. Siberian Husky is a cross between a Spitz-type dog and a wolf. I think Dee Dee might have some wolf blood in him, too. He isn't just smart. He's also shown remarkable judgment. If he doesn't do what you want him to, he's just doing what he thinks is right in the situation. And he's steady under fire. Remember, He's no lapdog, but learn his strengths, and you'll understand each other soon enough. You'll make one hell of a team.
Ocelot, why'd you take it upon yourself to train him?
Why?
Yeah. When's the last time you heard a wild cat raising a dog?
I have an eye for him. I knew at first glance he'd make the right partner for you. And I figured it was about time he got out into the world.
So you passed him off on me.
There, you see? I knew you liked him.
I don't know about that yet. I still think he's trying to figure me out, too.
I'll spend some more time with him. You'll see how helpful he can be.
What about you?
I prefer to work alone.
Ocelots don't hunt in packs.
Yeah, something like that.
Brazo aturdidor,
Anyway,
hay
I'm
que
glad you like
conseguirlo.
him. Didi's really taken to you too. And to going on your walks. Don't be shy about taking him with you in the future.
I'll think about
Es
it.
que lo dejan a uno muy lejos. Lo dejan a uno muy lejos.
Deploying.
Cuanto antes. Necesito ese brazo aturdidor para las siguientes misiones. Pero menos mal está oscureciendo. No me parece que no pudiera aterrizar allá viendo que destruí la... Y la vez pasada que hice la misión ahí destruí el coso ese que... me olvida el nombre. El radar antiaéreo yo lo destruí. La misión pasada debería de seguir destruido.
Be careful down there, boss.
No sé si creo que podría haber traído un auto, no sé. No recuerdo bien.
It wasn't just Cypher. Back in the Caribbean, every eye in the world was turned on us. A private army, just a bunch of guys with guns, in possession of a nuke? Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision.
The boss wasn't responsible.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we should get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
Clouds approaching.
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher's strike force, XOF, showed up instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
You led XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
You can't believe I did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it.
Analysis
I lost
complete.
something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strangelove?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will.
He's coming too. Roger that.
He's forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years. We all lost 9 years. It wasn't just you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up.
Yeah, all the evidence is at the bottom of the ocean.
You know the hardest man.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
That takes time. It's easier to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two things. On that day, you were in the control tower with them. Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking of you kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
And?
There was a plane journey, then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that Mother Base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of
You
reason?
gotta extract him.
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's how the Sahelanthropus project got started.
Sahelanthropus.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity. An upright bipedal weapon system. Originally, Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control AI. You remember the reptile pod?
The AI that controlled your unmanned weapons.
Attaching it externally makes it
Julio S. Kenny, gracias
so
por el
this
like.
time I wanted it beneath the armor.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Smaller. I got it down to less than a tenth the size without any loss in computation speed. But it was still too big for the cockpit. There wasn't enough room for the pilot. If I made the head bigger, its body would have to be bigger to support it. Too big to be practical. In the end, human piloting was taken off the table. I tested a remote control system too, but there was the time lag and I wasn't satisfied with its precision either. Plus, it would be useless if the enemy jammed it. So next, I went back to trying an AI-only system. To do that, I had the AI pods recovered from Nicaragua. This was a hybrid AI, a combination of Peace Walker's reptile and mammal pods. The only AIs that had ever successfully operated an unmanned nuclear weapon system.
Really? You'd need some help to get that working. Expert help. Did you work with someone?
I worked alone.
You did that yourself?
That's the thing. The AI didn't pan out in the end either. But I did finally get Sahelanthropus walking by folding over its upper body to lower its center of gravity. The first upright bipedal locomotive weapon system in the history of mankind. I guess technically it falls into the anthropoid ape category.
I don't see the benefit of having it stand taller.
On terrain with significant differences in elevation like Afghanistan, you need a body that's vertically adaptable. That also lets it attack from long range while using mountain ridges for cover. So, making it walk upright was the most important factor in giving it superior height capability. As the name suggests, that was the whole point of Sahelanthropus. But I was being pushed for results. Having the AI mounted externally would have been the fastest way to get it working. I just needed more data so it could maintain its balance. But Skullface refused to wait. He dismissed the idea of AI control and took Sahelanthropus away from me before I could finish it.
But it was walking when it came after you.
That's just it. I don't understand how Skullface got it to move upright. Without a pilot or an AI. And walking at that speed, too. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. This is like the Wright brothers making it to the moon. I'm just as clueless as you are.
So this...
Dice, ¿jugarás la historia del
Where
Survive?
is it now?
No sé, no tengo el
I have no
Survive.
idea. All my experiments took place at that cave. I've never seen it anywhere else. Besides, it's still just an incomplete prototype at this point, and nothing but a paper tiger. Even if it can walk, it's far from being a viable weapon.
No creo porque igual no tengo el Survive. Si lo
actual
consiguiera de segunda, de pronto.
Emmerich will remain here at Mother Base for now, but not as a member of Diamond Dogs. I still don't trust him. That work for you?
Fine by me. He can't be allowed any contact with staff either.
Yeah. A lot of the guys would love some payback for 9 years ago. We still need him alive. But we have to restrict his movements. He can only go where we tell him. And of course, the interrogations will continue. He worked for that skull bastard for nearly a decade. He still has more to tell us.
How long are we gonna press him?
If our investigation shows he really had nothing to do with the attack, we'll reconsider his place here. But I don't expect that to happen. Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab in the Soviet base camp? The thing that started talking to you like a possessed answering machine. That was a pod built for housing the AI used to control unmanned weapons. You remember, back in '74 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there. They were designated Pupa, Chrysalis, Cocoon, and Basilisk. And each of them was fitted with an AI unit called a reptile pod. Emmerich created it. It mainly
Dice
handled the
Raimundo
machine's
2, gracias por el like,
control and
Raimundo.
autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal
Deberías.
Pod.
Es una historia
It was
entre Ground
created by
Zeroes y de
Dr.
Phantom Pain,
Strangelove.
incluso hasta mucho
He tried
después
to
de Rising.
recreate the boss's personality through the
Entonces está
Mammal
muy
Pod.
loca esa
But you
historia,
pulled out
papá,
its
porque
memory boards. That's when it transferred its own functions to its reptile pod. Just like a human
igualmente
brain
no lo tengo. Si lo
compensating for
consiguiera
damage
barato,
by
lo
using
hago.
the remaining healthy parts. The result was a unique entity, a hybrid of the reptile and the mammal. It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But apparently they salvaged it and transported it to that lab. Don't let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss, but it has neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
Pero como una historia tan... O sea, ¿cómo va a ser después de Rising también eso? O sea, ¿eso los hizo viajar en el tiempo? ¿Viajes en el tiempo ahora?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions and words, your legend, has been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted and painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose...
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. The lessons you've taught to PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived.
He's coming too. Roger that.
To one day go nuclear, just like you did, and stand up to Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do.
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line is, these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down, they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means of standing against Cypher. These days, it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa. CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement. If you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time. Still, don't expect to walk in the park. The CFA, Contract Forces of Africa. These guys are a major player. Their head office is in Pretoria, South Africa. That's also where the South African Defense Force is headquartered. We think the two are closely connected. An HEC investigation revealed that most of the CFA's operators are former SADF soldiers. South Africa has been locked in struggles with neighboring regimes for years. That means constant action. And we know better than anyone that's the best kind of training. A company drawing its recruits from hardened military vets. You can bet they know how to handle themselves. Do not underestimate them. Within the CFA is a company of soldiers made up mainly of locally hired operators. They speak Afrikaans to communicate with personnel from the CFA. But if you notice any speaking the local language, that's them. Though hired from the local population, they were originally part of a paramilitary group, so they'll have plenty of combat experience. And unlike their days shooting junkyard rifles or beat-up pickup trucks, the CFA now supplies them with the latest gear from the West. On top of that, they've been combat trained by the South African Army. All that adds up to a much stronger fighting force. So don't brush them off. Look at the Angola-Zaire border region. The east bank of the Munene River in particular. It's a microcosm of a problem that stretches all across Africa. There's a civil war going on in Angola, fought between the government MPLA and the Western-backed UNITA. Zaire is still a dictatorship under President Mobutu, but numerous uprisings have broken out in its remote regions. With all the trouble elsewhere keeping their hands full, neither government has control over their side of the border. They depend on militias and PFs, as do the rebels. Government forces, guerrillas, militants, groups of all shapes and sizes hawk whatever resources they can to hire PFs. Conflict brings PFs. PFs expand the war zone, and more conflicts erupt in a continuous chain reaction. Sounds like our kind of work. Mother Base can grow by leaps and bounds.
Enemy presence detected. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That's the target.
The weather will clear shortly.
Me había quedado sin silenciador y no me había dado cuenta.
Subject on board.
Side-ops list
Leave the rest to us.
updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Bueno, si sigo por acá, acá hay otra misión y acá hay otra misión. Ah, materiales en proceso. Ok. Saca a los soldados diamantes de la madre de la base madre. Vamos para allá.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Me vio, me vio. Pero nos vemos. Me vio, pero mi destino no era pelear con ellos. El tío que es un pinche radar. Me señala todo, me marca todo.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Bueno, ya voy llegando. Estamos llegando. Vamos por acá arriba. Ah, qué hueva. Estoy sin silenciador. Ah.
Enemy presence detected. The map has
That's the
been
target.
updated.
I remember him. He was off base during the attack 9 years ago. Bring him home, boss.
Ya sé qué voy a hacer. Ya.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Это Зоя 2. У нас выстрелы. Источник неизвестен. Прием! Это КП. Понял. Всем подразделениям. У нас
Fire completed.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Marker removed.
Limpieza de minas.
Marker placed.
Vamos para allá. Lo bueno es que tengo a D-Doc y D-Doc marca las minas, entonces va a estar interesante. Vamos por acá.
You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination. 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 Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination. Side ops list updated.
Elimina el tanque. Bueno, vamos a hacer esa que creo que es la última que me queda aquí.
Please select a drop point.
Que es la última misión que queda en toda Afganistán. Ah, no, queda una allá. Bueno, pero vamos a hacer esta.
Supplies requested.
Bueno, vamos a tener que ir hasta allá ahora. Para eso tenemos el carrito.
Supply drop complete.
Por allá podemos ir por allá.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Marker placed.
Spit it out. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Listo.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at the mother base. Guard post captured.
Vamos por... Si vamos por acá, creo que aquí hay un atajo. Está lleno de muchas rocas ese atajo. Bueno, ya va a amanecer.
Fire arrives momentarily. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Caution, sandstorm approaching.
Where are the others? Talk. On the ground.
You gotta extract him.
Guard post captured.
Ay, ahora espero que se vaya la tormenta para poder sacar estas cosas de acá. Lo que quiero sacar son las cosas. Dice, es una historia entre grandes sueños y incluso hasta mucho después de Rising. ¿Cómo va a ser hasta después de Rising esa historia? 50% de probabilidad de que lo saque aquí, pero no me voy a arriesgar. Vamos a esperar que se vaya esto. Duérmase. Ya no tengo balas.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Please select supplies requested.
Tengo que pedir supplies acá porque no me alcanzaron. El baño, mire, pille.
Supply drop complete.
Pasa, D-Doc. ¿Bien o qué? Vamos a estar corriendo. Igual creo que la última misión que vamos a hacer, ¿o no? No sé. Destrucción de almacén exitosa. Subieron de nivel estos manes. Recompensa por misiones de envío. ¿De dónde viene el camión? ¿Dónde viene el camión? Ah, ya. ¿Qué iba a hacer? Ah, iba a... Armas y equipamientos.
Please specify a project.
Vamos a ver el helicóptero, ¿cómo va?
Please specify a project.
No. Eso todavía no se lo quiero meter. Armas.
Please specify a project.
No sé. Despliegue de combate.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Rango A.
Unit dispatched. Plant expansion complete.
Hablando de... Ah, no, pero no tengo más para... Ah, debí expandir la base. Bueno, para la próxima.
That's the
complete.
target.
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Controla al otro, está detrás. Quedó detrás de la piedra.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Что происходит? Посмотри!
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
¡Puta! Sabía que había un francotirador.
You gotta extract him.
Mother base is now in the red. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Не шевелись! Как?
Понял. Возможно, это вражеское нападение. Всем хоть на
Gotta extract him.
Ahí hay un auto que me puede servir.
Side ops list updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
¿Y la del perro desafortunado ya la he hecho?
Marker placed.
Y ya los vi.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Marker removed.
Lo siento. Ya no tengo más silenciador.
On the ground.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Vamos para allá a hacer la última misión que me queda aquí en Afganistán y vamos para África.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Me voy a poner a pelear con ellos. Quiero llegar a la misión.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Vamos por acá, qué carajos. Mirando cuál es el camino más corto. Vamos por acá, qué carajo, ya está. Ya me metí por acá, ya vámonos por acá. Estos fueron los inicios de Death Stranding.
Enemy presence detected. Map has been updated.
Gira.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
¿Quién coño me vio? Ah, ¿quién coño me vio? Ah. Oh. Bueno, no había manera.
Clouds approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ah, qué locura.
Открыть подавляющий
Listo.
Development complete.
Prototipo de camuflaje de sigilo. Pero ¿quién coño?
Caution. Advanced storm approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
¡Ah, qué tonto!
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
¿Cuál sería el punto de control? No me mande por allá al carajo porque... ¡Ah!
Caution. Sandstorm approaching. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Supply drop complete. Approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
You have arrived at your destination.
Subject on board. Leave the rest. That's the target. Okay, subject is in.
Side op completed. Side ops list updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Bueno, eso fue lo de las misiones de acá. Ahora vamos para África, perros. Primero vamos a sacar estos manes.
Analysis complete.
Всем боевым группам, это кафе. Мы вступили в схватку с противником. Всем боевым единицам приготовиться к бою.
Please support helicopter requested.
Кафе, подвигайся! Выпадом вперед! Еще большие потери! Но нужно подкрепление! Прием! Всем состав, это командир. Внешняя районная связь вышла из строя. Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление с других аванпостов. Окопайтесь и удержите позиции своими силами. Конец связи!
He's coming too. Roger that.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P1. On station at LZ.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Vamos, porque ahora toca África. Toca
Extraction
África.
arrived
You gotta
at
extract
Mother
him.
Base.
Toca ir a África.
Development project has been added.
Orden ladra, ya está disponible. Voluntarios.
Side ops list updated. Unit function added. Please select a mission. Please select a mission.
Mala base madre
Select
primero.
heading to Mother Base.
Mala base madre primero, a ver qué pasa. Uy. Bueno.
Welcome home, boss.
Instalaciones de la base. Venga, a ver. Gestión de personal.
Thanks for letting me join the fight. I'll do whatever you ask.
Staff assigned.
Recursos.
Development project has been added. Development project has been added.
Más instalaciones de la base, eso es lo que necesito.
Thanks for that, boss.
Commencing platform construction.
Otra plataforma de comando.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
¿Qué pasó?
Weather surveillance indicates turbulence out there. Try not to get knocked out of the sky. Got it.
Quiet? Where does she think she's going?
You want to head out with the boss?
That'll be the day.
I don't see a problem with it, so long as she's with you. She's a crack shot, damn fine scout. Well suited for a clandestine op. Which is more than I can say for the others.
There's nothing damn fine about this... thing.
Here.
Hey,
Blades.
wait a minute, that thing costs a lot of money.
Can see each individual blade and her depth perception.
You want in? This is ridiculous. She doesn't talk. How could you possibly stay in communication?
Right. I like working solo anyway.
¿Por qué no la dejaron ir? Yo pensé que ya me la iban a dar.
Please select a mission. Deploying.
Cuanto antes, como dicen por ahí. Deploying. Listo, África nos espera. Pitch Dark.
target is Angola's Mfinda oil field, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water. The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oil field was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group UNITA moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. UNITA's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cyphers. Keeping tabs on UNITA could tell us who's pulling its strings. Occupied by UNITA, so stay sharp. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason, no banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only brought conflict here. That mess you're standing in is just the latest example.
The map has been updated.
You've arrived at Masa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for UNITA, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy.
Analysis complete.
Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
Analysis complete.
Child soldiers. Children there are abducted and trained to be soldiers.
Complete.
They're only taught to fight. And one day they grow up and teach the next generation the same way. With a gun in his hands, a kid is as dangerous as any adult. Only they don't know a thing about right and wrong. Boss, do not... It's digitalis. It's toxic, but it can also be used as medicine.
Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
On board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. Beyond there is outside the mission area.
Ah, se escapan.
Boss, why did you abandon the mission?
Ah, pensé que no. Ah, pensé que los podía perseguir. Se escaparon.
Boss, destroy the oil facility and stop the flow of oil. Head north through the village, and you'll find the facility further on. You've arrived at Masa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for UNITA, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated.
It's digitalis. It's toxic, but it can also be used as medicine.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Coming too. Roger that. puts a huge strain on the body. Too much for a child. To extract kids, you'll have to carry them to the chopper.
Please select a landing zone.
GPS Delta 3. Singerook, word ek veilig aanval. Oor. CSD, begryp. Beskerp sekuriteit en wees wakker. Uit!
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
¿Qué es esto? ¿La tirofilia?
Extraction arrived at the mother base.
The Vinda oil field is the property of Saner, South African Natural Resources. Saner drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. When the oil dries up, they abandon the facility. Then it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United's takeover is the perfect cover for Saner. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, Saner's far from squeaky clean. Details are on your iDroid.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
That's the oily water separator tank. One of the targets. Take it out.
Sun will set shortly.
extract him. Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets. They put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost. Shotbound self. At least it took that helmet with it. Not good. Don't let your buddy die. I'm pulling them out of there.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Boss, that's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid. Destroy that separator tank. Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance.
¿Qué pasó?
Extraction arrived at Buddy! Extraction failed.
Alles gespannt, wir sind hier. Er hat noch eine Aktie. Alle Geräte. Augen für hier fest.
No, yo cagué esta misión, pero re feo.
There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside it. Bodies? Why? Oil transfer pump shut-off confirmed. Objectives complete. But the enemy has tightened security. Get out of there ASAP.
Señor, sí señor, ya nos vamos.
It's been sealed off. See any way around?
No, me cagué esta misión bien cagada.
Please select a landing zone. The support helicopter requested.
Boss, I just got a report from the intel team. Enemy unit is en route to the hills. Looks like they mean to hunt you down. You'll have to make it past them somehow. Walker gears. What are they doing there?
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated
Alright,
hostile.
you're out of the hot zone. No enemy
Me cagué esa
forces.
misión
Mission
bien
complete.
cagada. No debí entrar por ahí.
Development project has been added.
Ah, me corté aquí con algo.
Mission complete. Great work.
No, eso no fue un Great War. Una mierda.
Boss, we took another look into Sainer, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Sainer's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Sainer's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there?
Porque el guía ya puede ser desarrollado.
Snake!
I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
Bueno.
Side ops list updated.
Boss, I've updated the mission
list
We received a
updated.
new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
Commencing platform construction.
Bueno, lo voy a dejar hasta acá. Nos vemos.
Caution, rain approaching.